Hello, a few people that watch me on YouTube. Today I'm going to do a video about tips for beginning bass players. So here goes. This is just if you just picked up the bass, you don't have any or not too much music knowledge. So here's a few tips. First tip is take lessons either in a music school or from a private teacher. Yeah, that's the first tip, really, or watch YouTube videos, but the best method of learning is to have an actual teacher to show you, who can show you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. Okay, second is join or start a band, preferably with a musician, a guitar player who is a little bit more skilled than you. A guitarist who knows some skills, who knows some how to build up a song, and also that band, if you can find it or if you can start it up with writing new songs, and you actually have to have one or two songwriters in a band who, for me it worked perfectly that our vocalist and rhythm guitarist, also my brother, is a good songwriter. He can write melodies, so he came with a basic idea of how it would sound like, and sometimes it would turn out that way, sometimes it didn't because the others want a different sound. But if you have a band or a songwriter with own songs, you can participate in composing the song, which means you can use the knowledge you gained from a lesson in creating a song. You can play covers, but most musicians who play covers take tab from the internet and they don't know what the hell. They know the song, but most of them don't know what they're playing, in which key or what notes or whatever. So that's if you know your skills, which is the third tip. It will take some time to learn your skills, but in the end, coming up with decent bass lines would be no problem for you. And the fourth is know your bass. Know the notes on the fretboard, know the dynamics of the bass. Next tip, number 5, is be tight, play tight. Because when bass and drums lock in, it's the motor for the rest of the band to shine. Bass player generally in most pop and rock acts is just the glue between the rhythm section and the melody section. So we play the rhythm with 8 notes or whatever you play, and we also try to blend in some melody, but be careful, don't go totally nuts with the melody, because most of the times you just get in the way of the guitarist or keyboard players or sax or whatever who plays the melody. So don't go crazy unless you're in a 3-piece band with 1 guitarist, 1 bass player and 1 drummer, and you want to add some color. You can play more melodies, but when you have a full band, it's hard. You can also copy the melody from another instruments and go along with that, but don't go too solo-y if you're in a pop or rock band. Yeah, and the last tip is for the first year or 2 years or so, invest in your bass playing as much as possible. Alone at home learning skills, taking lessons, playing jam sessions, gigs with your band, doing workshops with other bands. As Freddie Mercury would say it, he was just a musical prostitute. I mean, that band for him, it didn't care what the song would sound like. It just like making music. And for a beginning musician, you also have to be a musical prostitute, with playing with in the beginning with many people, many different bands, helps you a lot. One last tip is know when to play and what to play, and also know when not to play and what not to play. You can stuff the song if you're in a rock and roll band or a rock band with, you know, simple 8s. But if you have a more melodic band like my band, sometimes it's good to give the instruments you know, some space. You know, just don't listen to the song and decide what to do. And hopefully, if you have a strong how do you call it, strong personality in songwriter, you can say, you know, I would have played that there if I was you. So those are the tips. So get a teacher, learn your skills, get a band, be tight, let's see, and just invest in your playing, and you know, you'll become a decent bass player. That's it. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.